Welcome back, BYU Idaho football fans. We've got another game coming at you today. We have the Vikings and the Spartans. I'm Austin Pace with Pace's Playbook, and I'm joined
by Robert Harris.
So we've got a pretty exciting game coming up for you. We have the Vikings versus the Spartans. The Vikings won the coin toss today, and they decided to defer until the second half. So the Spartans will be receiving the ball first. So I don't think it's any secret that this Vikings team, not too many people are worried about them. They had, while we were talking to the Vikings head coach, they had a lot of guys either get injured or just not show up to play for this team. But I think out of all the people that we talked to, all the teams that we talked to, these guys, the Vikings had the most excitement, spirit. They were so stoked to be playing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're just happy to be there, and honestly, you love to see that. I mean, as we've said many times, this is BYU Idaho intramural football, so might as well have fun with it.
Yeah. So they're on their, I believe it's their third string quarterback, but the Spartans to receive in this first half. And here we go. The Spartans have also had their fair share of quarterback troubles. If you guys remember from last week, I can't remember his first name. Volcine. We were calling him Vulcan the whole game. That's on us. Volcine went out. He just got surgery this last week. Dislocated his foot, his ankle. Has a bunch of little fractures there, and it actually had to do with a pre-existing injury that he didn't even know he had. So while we were watching each team practice yesterday, we got catching up with the Spartans head coach. It was Logan Strong, if I'm not mistaken. Logan Strong was telling us that they're going to put in Bronx, why can't I think of his name? Bronx Holbrook in number 77. Bronx Holbrook in at quarterback.
He was the guy who subbed in for him, and he did pretty well.
Yeah, he did great. So Holbrook getting ready for the first snap of the game. And it's a design run play, and he has all day to run, carried by number 20 of the Spartans, number 20, Nathan Simpson, for the first play of the game, which goes about 9 yards.
I thought that was enough to get a first down, but it was still a great run.
Close to it. 8 yards.
8 yards.
Oh no, it's still 9. They put it on the wrong hash. Here we go for the second play of the game. And it's a design quarterback keeper. Oof. And Bronx collides with number 21 of the Vikings, which is, it's not in front of me. Number something, I can't remember his name. Or no, that's for the, I'm talking about the Vikings. And for you guys out there that are paying attention, you might have just seen two number 77s out there for the Spartans. We got Bronx Holbrook, and then we have, it looks like another guard. And oh, wow, and he's got some room. Number 20 again. That is, I cannot find his name again. Oh, man. Nathan Simpson for a huge run in open space. Great pickup for the Spartans there. But like I was just saying, we got two number 77s up for the... And we for those of you guys that were watching the last game, there was a bit of miscommunication with the clock and the referees. We're still trying to get the hang of these things. We got some new people on our staff that are figuring it out. But this sets up another 1st and 10 for the Spartans, looking for the first score of the day.
Quick
screen pass. And it's caught. Oh, and wow, he's still going. Cannot bring him down. And with continuation, it looks like he's got the first down. That is caught by number 11, Austin Smith, who had himself a game last week against the Bruins.
Yep. Yeah, he was firing on all cylinders last game. I don't remember his stats because we do not have him up, but he did great.
Yeah, he played great.
He played great.
So for this game, the Vikings, all they really need to do, they have all the hype, the momentum. They have all the hype. They want to keep that hype throughout the rest of the game. They got absolutely demolished last week against the Hurricanes, and they're looking to bounce back and, play a better game. I formation is set up, and it is given to their running back, who is immediately brought down by the Vikings defense. That was carried by number 12 of the Spartans.
Who's being taken off right now.
Yes, and I don't have his number here. Just kidding. I have his number. Sheldon Downs. I'm just a little blind here.
Aren't we all?
But I think keys to this game for the Vikings are just keeping morale high. They don't have many guys on that on that sideline. So a lot of these guys are going to have to be playing both sides of the ball, just keeping morale high, making sure that they're having a good time, because that's really what this is. Quick pitch out to number 20 of the Spartans, who is still on his feet, and he's finally dragged down by a swarm of Vikings.
Yeah, that was just good running. Just could not take him down on defense. Just not strong enough. I mean, the Spartans got a really strong team.
And they're big. That's what we saw. They are a big team, and unfortunately, this Vikings team is probably the smallest team that we've got playing this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, but that's not stopped their spirit.
No, not at all.
No.
And I love it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, set up in the same I formation that they've had the last few plays, and they give it to their fullback, number 45, who charges down the field for a first down. For a first down. Clock is stopped. So we're about 4 minutes in, and the Spartans have charged down the field. It is now 1st and 10. I don't know what the stoppage of play is for.
We probably want to get the clock fixed. I would assume.
It might be the clock. We've had some trouble with that lately.
Subbing out number 84 for 88 on the Vikings.
So the Vikings really do come into this game as the underdogs. They're 0-2, but they want people. They're just wanting to make sure that people, they want people to show up and play for this team, build consistency. They're trying to be physical, and it's paying off so far with those runs down the middle. They've stopped a few different big crucial runs. They're trying to stay physical. Yep. One thing that I think that we will see once the Vikings get out on offense is new formations, and that's kind of what we've seen so far with the Spartans. They've found that this I formation really works for them. We haven't seen Bronx Holbrook throw the ball yet, because this I formation, this run game has been working for them. They've charged down the field for it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a pass from Bronx this drive.
Watch him pass him right here. No.
Oh my gosh, he's passing this drive. No, he's not. He's running it, and it's looking like he will be just short of the touchdown marker, but that is enough for a first down.
Yeah, that was a great play. I did not know what was happening, but I think that was to their advantage. I mean, they didn't know what was happening either. The Vikings didn't know what was happening, so
I think it was supposed to be a pass play. Vikings secondary covered really well, but it just unfortunate their linebackers, just that their front few were not able to bring down Bronx before he was able to get that first down and a solid amount of yards. So that'll bring us to a 1st and goal on about the 2-yard line.
Going with the same formation.
And they pass it to their fullback, who officials are marking short as of right now. And it will stay short, so that'll bring up a 2nd and short again for the Spartans. Great defense there by the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean they've got some. I mean, number 70 is a big dude. He's a big dude. He's leading the center of that D line, and it's working well.
Yeah.
So I want to stay optimistic that they can hold them to this, but they only have a few inches to go. So.
Yeah. If they're smart, they're gonna give it to the fullback again, or just have Bronx run right up the middle. Bronx Holbrook. Lined up under center, and they give it to the fullback, who is in the end zone for the first score of the day. Spartans are up 6-0 against the Vikings on the first drive of this game.
Yeah, that was, just that all-around whole sequence was just really good on the Spartans.
Very consistent.
Very consistent.
It was very, very consistent. No pass plays. There was one designed pass play that didn't work out in the Spartan Sabres, but turned into a great run by Bronx Holbrook to get him just a few yards shy of that end zone.
Yeah, and looks like they're about to go for the 3-point conversion kick.
For those of you that are just joining us, haven't joined us before, BYU Idaho Intramural football is a bit different. So instead of just 1 point for an extra kick, you can decide to go for 2 or 3 if you would like. Depending on where it's kicked from, you can, if you put the ball on the 5-yard line and kick it through, that's 1 extra point. On the 10-yard line, signifies that it is 2 extra points, and on the 15-yard line, that is worth 3. So Spartans go up 9-0 very early in this first quarter. We got about 4 minutes and 7 seconds left. What do you think, Robert, the Vikings can do to respond to, maybe get some points on the board?
Just show that you're there to play. Put the pressure on. Get maybe a few first downs. I think, unfortunately, people don't expect them to get a touchdown here, but you never know. I can't even remember if they have scored in the past.
They have yet to score.
Yeah.
They will not score on offense. They did have the safety in the first game of the season.
First ever game. They had
first ever points of this season.
Yeah. Very early in that first game, too, and that was crazy to watch. But, hopefully they can show that they want to play and they can score here. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a challenge.
Yeah. But this team, they do come in as the underdogs, but like I said, they have been... They're fixing up the score clock. The home team is actually the Vikings. The Spartans are the away team, so they're fixing that right there on the clock or on the scoreboard. But the Vikings are the clear underdogs in this game. Mm-hmm. Spartans are real championship contenders. They nearly came back against the Bruins last week, an unfortunate loss. But this Vikings team is coming in as the underdogs.
Yeah, for sure. Last game, the Spartans got beat by the Bruins by just 2 points. That entire game was just a battle between two very strong teams.
And there were some decisions that I was not a huge fan of with the Spartans. I think there were a couple of just missed opportunities to call timeouts, stop the clock. Just not a great look for that Spartans team, unfortunately. But of course, they're able to fix a lot of those mistakes coming into this week. But this Vikings team is going to have they're just here to have so much fun. It's hard to say if a lot of them have high hopes for winning a championship, but they're here to have fun, and that's really what the point is for BYU Idaho Intramurals, is have a great time, and that's what this Vikings team is doing. And I think if you're on the Vikings, you're probably having one of the most fun seasons out of the whole league.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is definitely a new set that we've seen from the Vikings. Last week it was all of this wishbone formation is what I like to call it. We got 3 receivers out to the left, and the ball is in the air, and it is caught for the first throwing reception of the game for the Vikings. That is caught by number 2. That is caught by number 2 of the Vikings.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Got a good amount of yards, 5-yard gain. Oh, no, 6-yard gain. Sorry, and I think if they keep playing like that, I mean, they could score.
Number 2, Peyton Carlson came down with that catch. Set up with another throw underway.
Ooh.
And it is just missed again. Intended target was Peyton Carlson again. Just barely missed it.
Just a little too high. Just not enough timing. The timing was just a little off, and I mean, they're still manageable. 3 to 4. They still can get a first down here. So
one thing that there is that you should note is that this is the Vikings' third string quarterback. They've had a lot of quarterback troubles, especially early on in the season. First quarterback went into concussion protocol. Other quarterback had some other injuries in his hand. But here we are with this wishbone formation again with 3rd and short. And it is muffed. There is a flag on the play in the backfield. This is what we saw a lot of that formation last week, and it just was not working for this Vikings team. I was hoping we didn't see that. But of course we did. So we're gonna see a punt very early on for this Vikings offense.
Yeah, very unfortunate. They probably wish they could have done a little bit more there, but now they have to kick it.
But great D. I think we have to highlight. Excuse me, I had a yawn. I think we do have to highlight the defensive prowess that the Spartans have shown. Great defense right there. You know, big reception early on in that drive, but they're able to hold them down since. The punt is underway, nearly blocked by the Spartans, but a great punt from the Vikings. And it will be marked at about the 48, 49-yard line. Spartans will take over. I'm excited to see what this offense has to hold.
Yeah. I mean, we could see a very high-scoring game from the Spartans here. I mean, they're already up a touchdown, and the first quarter is still going. So, I don't know. It could be a very interesting game for sure. And this could just be a good practice for the Spartans to figure out what they want to do for probably the championship.
Yeah, a lot of this is really going to be, I don't want to say, practice is a good word. It will be a big learning opportunity for the Spartans offense and defense. See what they can do. You know, try out some new things. Why not? Bronx Holbrook with the snap, and he hands it off to number 20. Hands it off to number 20 for the Spartans, and that is Nathan Simpson for his third carry of the night, I believe. Fourth carry of the night.
Yeah. Don't be surprised to keep seeing him. Them keep using him. You know, he's already been very consistent early on in this game. Let's see.
We're on 2 minutes, not 3.
What the heck?
And the snap is received. He's looking to pass, and he's throwing downfield. And it's intercepted by the Vikings! And he's running back. Wow, what a huge play for the Vikings. And he is brought down at about the 32, 33-yard line. That one was intercepted by number 21 of the Vikings. That is... I don't know if we have his number. Oh, no. I want to give you credit, bro. I do. Number 21, Hiram Beisinger. I think I said that right. Big time interception for Hiram and the Vikings. Great defense there, and it was just a little bit underthrown by the Spartans there.
Yeah, that really shows how they still want to play. They got the energy still. I mean, no touchdown is gonna let them lose their drive for this game. They want to keep playing, and they're still excited to be here
for sure. 3 receivers off to the right. And it's thrown. Intended receiver is again number 2 for the Vikings. It was incomplete.
It's a good idea. Just not enough time for that QB to get it off, and that receiver just was not in the right position.
And Titan Harker is starting as the Vikings quarterback today. Harker is out of Pasco, Washington. And again, he's kind of out of his element. This isn't what he's used to playing. So I really do commend him for leading this offense, especially in the passing game. As he passes yet again, and that is picked off. That is picked off by the Spartans. Wow, you hate to see that one happen. The Vikings came away with such a huge turnover, but the Spartans answer right back with an interception of their own.
Yeah, what can you do? Spartans, they got picked off, and they had a chip on their shoulder, and they're like, we can't let this happen, and, well, they had to show them that it's their game.
It is their game.
So
we'll see Bronx Holbrook back on the field as quarterback. And line up under center in that I formation, and they hand it off to their running back, which is number 20 for the Spartans.
Gain of a couple. About.
I just said that guy's name, right? Number 20
yards.
for the Spartans? Am I missing it again? I am missing it. Nathan Simpson. Wow, I cannot read. Goodness. Here we go. Lining up again in this I formation. I think we'll see a lot of this. I'm sure they're wanting to get a lot of reps with that. And of course, Bronx Holbrook, he is a quarterback, just stepping in for Volstein, who's out for the rest of the season. But that's enough for, a third and short. They're not going to quite get there for that, for the first down. So we got our third and about 1 yard there for the Spartans.
Yeah.
And great defense by the Vikings so far. I will say I am impressed with this Vikings team so far, especially defensively. I'm really impressed. I was expecting more of a blowout, but I am impressed with how this game is going so far for the Vikings on D.
Yeah, I mean, they still are not. It's just not enough to make sure they don't get those first downs, but they are keeping them from those long runs. Oh my!
And
goodness.
that was a huge play by number 2 on the Vikings. Wow. And that is the same guy that we've been talking about, Peyton Carlson. Peyton Carlson, who had the first reception of the game. He's been targeted a couple of times. That he came up with a huge sack to bring up 4th and about 6 right there.
Yeah, prove me wrong, Peyton. Go for it, man. Heck yeah.
The energy that this Spartans defense has it's so much fun. And I'm very surprised that this is only a 9-0 game after this first quarter.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like, are they going to play before the time runs out?
We have one more play on our sleeves, and it's a pass.
Oh, he's wide open for it, and he throws it.
And he's got a guy in the end zone, and he is swatted away by number 21 of the Vikings. Big stop right there. Number 21, Hiram Beisinger, who had the interception early on in that first quarter.
Yeah, they've got a strong defense core with Beisinger and the other name, Peyton Simpson.
Peyton Carlson,
whatever. You know what I mean. But yeah, they got a strong defense, enough to make sure they don't get that second touchdown of the quarter. So, I mean, they're still in it. You never know what could happen. But yeah, they still got that energy, and they're not letting that one touchdown kill their mood. So, we'll be moving on to the second quarter. About a minute to 2 minute break in between quarters.
So, I mean, with talking to this Vikings team and just their head coach, he had a smile on his face the whole time. He was just happy to be there. He talked about the struggles that they had, right? And we had some tougher questions. It was, what happened last week? Are we going to see some more formations? What are you planning on for this Spartans team? And he just had the biggest smile on his face. He was just happy to be there. And he's got a team that was, having a great time. He had that chemistry with his team. And while, nobody really is too afraid of the Vikings, they are definitely a very fun and exciting team to watch right now.
Yeah, exactly. I could not have phrased it better myself.
Ah, thank you.
So they're going to be, it's going to be the Vikings ball at their 42-yard line. Yep.
48.
48, sorry.
Nope, 42. 38. Good night, living. I cannot read. 38.
It's a number.
And it is thrown. It is caught by number 4 of the Vikings. His first reception of the night. Number 4 is Helaman Karchner. He had himself a game last week as well.
Yeah,
Helaman Karchner. We were saying his name a lot last week, even though it was a blowout loss to the Hurricanes, who are a great team. Karchner was definitely a guy to look out for if you were for the Hurricanes all night.
Yeah, Helaman is the one guy that every time we've gone to see them at practice, Helaman's always the dude. He was the guy that said, "Hey, what's up, guys?" when we walked on the field. He did the same thing for me when I went up there a few weeks ago. So he is just a cheerful dude, and you love to have those kind of guys on your team.
Karchner with another reception. Unfortunately, can't go anywhere, and he drops the ball. and it looks like it's recovered by the Spartans.
Unfortunate.
Big play though for the Spartans defense.
Yeah.
You got to give them credit. First off, the Spartans defense is absolutely swarming the Vikings there. You can't really do much, but this Vikings offense really hasn't showed that they can do too much anyways, which is so hard because that Vikings defense has really shown up and shown out.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, Spartans are on their third string quarterback on an already low-numbered team, which is just unfortunate. Just plagued with injuries for the two quarterbacks, but, you know.
And that was just a rough sequence by Karchner, who he had it was received. He got it. He had the ball. All he had to do was hold on to it. Just got it punched out that last minute. But here we go. Spartans take over, and they're in that I formation that they have seemed to really like and lean on. And they give it to their running back, number 20. And he gets probably enough for that first down. That is number 20, Nathan Simpson, for the Spartans.
Yep. The Simpson man, he's doing everything right now. He's a fast guy. He's very agile. He's very nimble. He's able to change directions very quickly, and you know you need that from someone on your team, and he's that guy today.
So that sets up a fresh set of downs for the Spartans on their own 27-yard line. Or on the, not their own 27-yard line, in the Vikings 27-yard line.
Yep. Yep.
I formation again. It's looking like we'll see a lot of this. And it is to their running back. That's Nathan Simpson again, who is carried over for a couple extra yards for about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he did get down. He did get some yards there, but that was good defense. I mean, they swarmed him pretty quickly, and it could have been a much larger gain there. So,
I'm sure we'll see a lot from Simpson and from their fullback, number 45 for the Spartans. Number 45 is Tristan Mogum. I hope I said that right.
Same formation.
And
Bronx
is absolutely swarmed by number 68 of the Vikings. Great defense there by the Vikings. Number 68 is, I don't have his number, 88. Oh my gosh, I'm totally blind. 88, that is Michael Bogren with the big-time sack, which sets up a third and
13.
Long. Very, very long for the Spartans offense.
An entire 10-yard sack. That is just
big
amazing.
Play. Big play for the big man.
You love to see that.
And it's looking like we'll see a different formation now for the Spartans. Holbrook to receive the snap.
Probably going to go throw
Holbrook's got it, and he goes through his reads.
Long
and he's throwing the end zone, and it is just out of reach. The intended receiver is number 88 for the Spartans. That is Caleb Wallace. It was just out of his fingertips. Now, one thing that I do want to note, while Bronx Holbrook is their backup quarterback, he's listed as their second-string quarterback behind Valsine, who is out for the rest of the season. He's played quarterback before. So, head coach...
Strong.
Logan Strong.
For Spartans, yeah.
For the Spartans, actually has had Holbrook on his team before as a quarterback. So he knows what his abilities are. Just, he realized that Holbrook has a lot of extra different strengths that could be used somewhere else.
Yeah, Logan Strong's definitely one of the more seasoned coaches here.
And the Spartans attempt the field goal, and it is short. Looks like the Vikings got a hand on it, yeah.
Yeah, that was good defense right there.
And the Spartans are held scoreless for another drive, which is, you know what, I'm going to say it's surprising. I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm going to say, you know what, Vikings, great job, great D. They did their homework. They're making sure that this deficit doesn't climb much higher.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the importance. These teams made it important that they get the game footage. Mm-hmm. They really wanted the game footage to make sure that they could study up, and it seems to be playing paying off for them. You can tell they've definitely scouted these teams.
Yeah.
So they've got. Looks like are they playing zone?
Yeah, it looks like they've got
kind of a zone formation.
Mm-hmm. Looks like that's Bronx Holbrook in that free safety position back there. We got a 3-receiver set on the right. And let's see what the Vikings can do. Good screen pass.
Oh.
And a great run after contact there. That is by number 4 of the Vikings.
Is that Helaman?
That is Helaman Karchner.
Yeah, that was he found that pocket. He ran into the gaggle of people, and he found that pocket, and he was able to get a few yards out of it. And actually, he got a pretty good amount of yards. He got 6 yards in that one.
I didn't catch who was blocking for him on that wide receiver, on that wide receiver side, but he had a few great blocks there on that screenplay. For Parker sure. To receive the snap. Snap is up, and it's a very quick throw to his receiver, who is quickly stopped by the Spartans, but not after a first down. That is number 21 for the Spartans. For the Vikings, Hiram Beisinger.
It is not a first down.
Not a first down.
Wait, is it? No, it is.
That's a first down. Yeah, I was like, I swear the official was calling that a first down.
But yeah, I mean that's a very good opening drive by the Vikings. They were able to get that first down and show their prowess right there. I mean, the more the QB gets to throw that ball, the more skilled he gets. So he's loving these reps.
And Harker, he's got 3 receivers out. Quick pass to his running back, and we have a flag. Oh, and a big hit by the Spartans.
Wait till the whistle. I heard somebody yell. So I think maybe someone jumped too early. I could not tell what the flag was.
It's a stoppage of play, so that's probably the reason. A snap infraction.
Interesting.
Snap infraction. You rarely see those, but of course we have, a lot of not very seasoned football players playing right now.
Yeah.
That guy's probably a business major. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he probably shout out to business majors, man.
He probably spends his days, at the MC.
Whatever business majors do, count dollar bills or whatever. Cool math games.
Cool math games, one of those things. So they're not super disciplined in that area. Here a rush from the Spartans, but Harker's able to get it off quick.
There you go. I like
with the pickup of a few yards.
I like the strategy by them. They're going for these short passes and just hoping that the receiver is able to get those yards downfield. They don't want to risk these passes that haven't been working for them. So they're sticking to these quick passes short and trying to get downfield because they have a smaller team. But that usually means they're faster.
Yes.
So it's been working for them so far.
Yeah, and it's been great. The short screen passes have worked really well, especially for Harker, who's not a seasoned quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, and he has to get it off real quick, and it is
intercepted. No,
I don't see who came away with it. Oh, it was incomplete pass.
It looked pretty dangerous right there.
That was a 50-50 ball right there. That was a little scary.
A little scary, but I think he realized it was 2-11 and they needed some yards there, but not enough on that pass to get them those yards that they very much need. So now it brings up a 3rd and 11. We've got 4 minutes to go in this
first half. This game has gone by really fast so far.
Yeah, it really has.
We haven't seen too many timeouts, no injury timeouts. It's been a fairly quick game so far.
Yeah, which is good. It's good to see no injuries out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. Another quick pass, and it works perfectly. What a beautiful, beautiful play design. When the Vikings said that they were coming up with some new formations, I was not expecting that. What a beautiful play design. Great throw by Harker to get it to number 90 of the Vikings for Thomas Ensley, who is their punter and kicker. And now a receiver.
Yeah, he for his stature, he was strong. He just kept going after that defender was wrapped around him. He still kept going and got those few extra yards. Not enough to move the chains, though. We're here at a 4th down and 3 yards.
And we're seeing the wishbone formation, and I am a little nervous about this one.
It's a little different from what we used to see.
Yeah. And it's going to be a pitch. And
nope.
It's looking like he may... And they're going to be just short. Looks like they'll give him a solid 3 yards or 2 yards, but it'll be just short of that first down marker.
It was a good plan. If they were a little bit closer, I think they could have been able to get it, but they still need 3 yards, and they played something that would be more useful in a 1 yard gain situation.
Right.
So now it is the Spartans' ball on the Vikings side of the field, which is not what you want to see for the Vikings.
Vikings set up their defense, and the Spartans go on out. Vikings bring a blitz.
Number 20.
And number 20 is carrying it for the Spartans.
Gain of about 5, I would say. 6 yards.
6, 7. That is Nathan Simpson with the carry.
You can't sneak that in on me. I know what you said. Everyone heard it.
Oh, man.
Caught on camera, brother.
I was on the phone with my little sister last night, and she pulled a 6-7 joke, and I was not amused. I was also caught very by surprise.
Oh, man.
All right, lining up with an empty backfield. We're not seeing that I formation. But they hand it off to Nathan Simpson again, who's being chased down. Oh, and just a big collision. Vikings ringing. The Vikings that prevented a quick stop, but gave the Spartans a few more yards.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give them that touchdown, but they got to work on those outside running plays, because those have been clicking for the Spartans' offense.
That sets up a 1st and 10 for the Spartans. We got about 2 minutes left in this first half of play. Spartans looking like they... Spartans looking for another score to go into the half. They scored their first drive of the game. Oh, that's a QB sneak. And there is a flag on the play.
He got to just past the 10-yard mark. Not enough to get a first down, but we'll see what this flag is.
That was Bronx Holbrook with the carry. Usually when it's that far side of the field, it signifies that it was probably a holding call. But let's see what the ref has to say. And just like I said, that is a holding call on the Spartans. So that big run will not count. It will come back to set up a 1st and about 15 for the Spartans.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
You got to stay disciplined if you're the Spartans. You have to stay disciplined.
Come on, guys, start the clock.
So that sets up a 1st and 13 for the Spartans. Bronx Holbrook takes the snap, and he's running to his left, and he's got some open field. He's still up, and it may be just enough for a first down. And that'll be 1st and goal for the Spartans, if that is upheld.
Yeah, good footwork on his part, able to do a little dodging out of the way to get make sure he gets those extra yards that he wants, and it looks like it is going to be a second down.
Second down and very short. But, it's so hard to stop Bronx Holbrook when he's running downfield. He's a big guy, and if you're a smaller Vikings team, you're going to have a hard time stopping that.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Not much you can do about that.
We got another run play by Nathan Simpson, who will be promptly stopped inside the 5-yard line by number 2, our friend Peyton Carlson of the Vikings.
Yeah, he did not want him to get that touchdown.
No. Good stop there, but it's looking like we may see the Spartans go up one more score by the end of this half. We got about 50 seconds of play left to go. The clock is still running. Spartans setting up.
I would not be surprised if they went with that running route again. It's been working well for them.
And Nathan Simpson's already got a lot of yards. He's looking really good.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see his running stats at the end of this.
And there we are. Hands it off to Nathan Simpson, who is short. And the clock is still running. Now, mind you, the Vikings will be receiving the ball at the second half. So if I'm the Spartans, I'm calling a timeout, and there's the timeout.
Smart timeout.
Good timeout by the Spartans. Sets up a 3rd and short right at the goal line right before we head into halftime. What are your first impressions so far of this first half, Robert?
It's been a very hard-fought battle. Vikings are trying their hardest to stay in this game and not allow a complete blowout, which I am surprised. It's only a 1-score game so far. That might change here very soon, but the Vikings they're determined to not be blown out right now. And Spartans are just doing what they do best, putting points to the board, getting those yards, and really focusing on the running game here today.
And neither team's offense has really exploded yet, right? The Spartans, they have marched down the field. They're capitalizing on their bigger plays. But, I mean, neither team has shown offensive dominance quite yet. We've only got a 9-0 game right now with the Spartans and the Vikings. It's been a defensive matchup for sure. I'm especially impressed with the Vikings.
And they're just going to trudge that through.
And that is a touchdown. That is brought in by none other than Bronx Holbrook. Puts up the Spartans 15-0 going with 12 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, that's just good play right there. I mean, that's all he had to do. He just had to run. He just had to push his way through, and just a good play here. And they're going to go for the
3-point attempt.
3-point attempt. And it is short.
It is just short. It was right on the money, but just a little short, didn't have enough air on it. So that gives us a 15-0 score. Spartans up against the Vikings with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now, it's hard. I think if this was the Bruins-Hurricanes game, and we kind of talked about this before, it's, oh shoot, the Bruins are not playing very well. Like this is not good for them.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm seeing a lot of great things coming from this Vikings defense. Their offense is not able to find any rhythm, but their defense is holding pretty well. I think holding the Spartans to 15 points in the first half, I think is a win for this Vikings team, and I think they should celebrate that.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, I'm pretty sure, a team score 3 times in 1 quarter in this league. So, I mean, we know it can happen.
Kick is up, and it goes through the back of the end zone, setting up the Vikings on their own 20-yard line with 12 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, so they're just going to, I don't know. They're going to try to do something here. They're probably going to pass, I would assume, because they got nothing to lose. But I don't know if they want to risk an interception.
Right, they have nothing to lose, but it's 12 seconds. You've probably got a solid, you've probably got a solid couple of plays. Maybe two, maybe 3 plays. And if you're keeping it on the ground,
they still got all 3. They still got all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
So they haven't really been using their timeouts for much, but we will see what they plan on doing here.
As we approach the halftime mark, we do want to let you know that we will be doing a quick halftime show for you guys midway through halftime, closer to the third quarter. So if you want to stay for that, please do. You won't want to miss it. Robert and I will be breaking down what we've seen this first half. Titan Harker lining up for the snap. And Harker throws. And his receiver was not communicating very well with him. That was not a great play. Either Harker thought it was a different play, or his receiver just ran the wrong route.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they are trying to go for it. But now they've got 7 seconds, so they've pretty much cut their time in half, and they're on their own 15-yard line. So, slim chances of getting a touchdown or any points here.
Smart choice. Keep it on the ground. But, of course, this Vikings team is here to have fun. They're wanting to... I guess they don't have anything to lose. Of course, there's a whole nother half of football to be played. But, I mean, have some fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we do have some receivers out there.
There are 3 receivers on the top of your screen.
Just
and it is being lobbed up to one, and it is incomplete.
Stops at the 3-second. Oh.
Gives us 3 seconds left in this half. I like the play call. I think it's kind of fun. I think Harker is very eager to get the ball out early. And you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
Of course. But with all of his receivers were running deeper routes. Take some time. Settle into the pocket. You know, get your stance ready. Really load up and fire on that ball.
Yeah. Because I don't believe we've seen any sacks today.
No.
For these guys. So their offensive line has been doing a pretty good job of keeping them at bay. So maybe there's more time. I don't know.
Granted, there have been a lot of very quick throws.
That's true, yeah. Last throw was not the cleanest throw we've seen. There goes that.
And it is incomplete. And that will end this first half for you. Vikings, Spartans. Spartans are up 15-0 on the Vikings.
And that's Spartans 15.
We have got another great half of football to play still. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be breaking down the best plays, what we kind of seen, first half highlights coming up here in a little bit. Robert and Austin, stay tuned. We got more football coming at you. And we're back for another half of BYU Idaho tackle football here at BYU Idaho with the Spartans and the Vikings. Spartans are up 15-0. Vikings will be receiving the ball into this second half. Kick is up and goes out the back of the end zone. So we didn't have a halftime show. We were a little busy here.
A little busy.
A little busy here, but something that I did really want to talk about is, how impressed I am by this Vikings defense. Yes, they are down 15-0, which I think for any other team we'd be a little nervous for. But this is the Vikings we're talking about. They're 0-2, have 0 people on their roster. They've had a really unfortunate season, but they've only held the Spartans to 15 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been really good on defense. We've seen them get blown out in the past by 38 points by the Vikings last week. They're on track to have less than that.
Yeah. Alrighty.
The
Vikings throw it, and it is lost in the air. One thing that I want to touch on is, again, Titan Harker. He's a third string quarterback.
Yep.
So I love the confidence that the Vikings head coach has in him to be making these throws. Granted, they're not super efficient in that. They're just not super efficient offensively, but their defense is really controlling this game. I feel like they are one good drive away from being actual contenders in this game.
Yeah, for sure. They just need to figure out what's going on. I don't know. Maybe it's their playbook. I don't know what's going on. They just are not clicking on offense.
Got a 3 receiver set on the right. And he wants to throw, and it's just a little too high. That's the same play that we saw. I guess it led to a 4th and short, but that gained a solid amount of yards. I think that's a really good go-to play if you're trying to pick up 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, they just need to clean up those passes.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And I would be surprised if they went for the pass. Well, no, never mind. Sorry, I thought it was 4th down.
No, not yet.
They're probably going to go for the pass.
Yeah, it might be a quick 5-6 yarder to make it 3rd or 4th and manageable. Why not go for it? So let's see what the Vikings have to do behind Titan Harker.
2 receivers on the opposite side of the field.
That's actually 3. You got 3 out there.
3? Yeah, I can see.
1, 2, and 3. Oh, and it looks like the Vikings will be caught with a false start. And they looked like they were trying to get the Spartans to jump off sides, but unfortunately, the line was not watching the ball. Just had a little bit of a flinch there.
Yeah,
that's up to a 3rd and 15.
I don't know. It's a kind of just lost.
Just silly little mistakes there.
Yeah, just not much you can really say, honestly.
I'm thinking about it as well as Harker is getting ready for this snap. We had a longer game last game because there were so many penalties. Both of these teams are very, very disciplined. That's one of the first flags that we've seen. Oh, as Harker throws deep, and he had a receiver there, just lost it in the air. Those catches are really hard. Yeah. If you're a receiver and you're practicing every day, if you're playing college ball, that's one of those you work on those catches right there. It's over your shoulder. You're trying to decide which side you're wanting to look over, and you really just have to make sure you watch that ball and just have it guide right into the basket of your arms. Yeah. Great throw, just a barely missed catch.
It also didn't help that the defender was a little bit taller than he was.
Yes.
So it looks like they're going to kick it, which is
probably smart.
Probably smart here.
And the Vikings get ready to punt.
A little high, but he got it off.
Oh, and it looks like it just went off of his toe. And number 77 for the Spartans, Bronx Holbrook back for the return. They get going about the 48-yard line. So they've got some great field position here.
Yeah. The defense just needs to stop them. We don't want to see another touchdown on their part. Mm-hmm. Or we don't. The the Vikings don't want to have the Spartans touchdown here again. Giving them a goal in my head, I want to see if they can hold them to 1 touchdown this quarter.
Yes, that's a great goal.
Yeah, I think they can do it. We've seen that they are able to stop them, but it's gonna be a challenge. So we'll see. We'll see if either team has made adjustments at halftime.
Holbrook lining up for the snap. He's got 3 receivers out. And Nathan Simpson runs right up the middle for a 1-yard loss. But don't let that distract you. Nathan Simpson has 97 rushing yards after that last carry. 97 rushing yards this game already. And we are just barely touching the second half.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very impressive all game. They've looked to him to get those yards, and he has delivered. Just unlucky on that point.
And there is a flag. The Spartans caught the Vikings making a substitution there. There were too many men on the field. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty in favor of the Spartans. Very, very smart by Bronx Holbrook to make sure that snap got off while there were too many men on the field.
Yeah, definitely. So that's going to bring up a 2 and 6.
Second and 11.
Second and well, they haven't changed that. 11.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and Simpson is running.
Stuff those stats. Stuff those stats, Simpson.
Great run by Nathan Simpson there. I think he's going to be our guy to watch
for sure.
This game. Last game, I believe I'm going to give our player of the game to Brady Bean, but here it's definitely Nathan Simpson so far, and we have just barely scratched the surface of the second half. And guess who has the ball and is running straight ahead?
Oh,
Nathan Simpson. It appears that he is down before the ball came out.
Ooh, that would have been costly if it was a turnover, but it in fact was not.
So Nathan Simpson is now well over 100 yards rushing.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
And this is the Spartans' first drive of the second half. Now, if I'm the Spartans, I'm just keep feeding him the ball. If he's averaging 5 yards a rush, and the ball is bobbled, it is out. There is a flag on the play, though.
Flag on the play.
Big. That's a big mistake by
for sure.
by the Spartans there, especially by Bronx Holbrook.
3 and 8.
And the
what was it?
refs pick up the flag.
Okay.
I think it's one of those where they're signaling that the ball is out. When other refs usually throw something a little bit different material, something different than the flag, but I don't think they have.
Hard to tell because they're both pink. They're all pink.
All of them are pink. We're lined up in the I formation again, something that they have been relying on very much so. That is not Simpson, but he is brought down. That is number 12 for the Spartans, Sheldon Downs.
Very good defense. Bringing up a 4th and 8.
4th and 8 there.
4th and 8. So I'm interested to see what they choose. It doesn't look like they're bringing anyone out. So I don't know if they're going to go for the kick. Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they might have the kicker out already. I don't even know.
It's looking like they're going for it.
It does
on a 4th and 8. So I'm surprised that we are not seeing.
Yeah.
And we have a rollout for a pass.
Oh.
And it is
rushed it.
Caught. Not caught. Wow, what was I saying? Good night, 11. I was excited to say caught. That is a touchdown, 75-yard touchdown for the Spartans. That is a turnover on downs for the Spartans. Excuse me.
Great defense.
I promise you guys I know football, but yes, great defense by the Vikings there. And I think that's been the story of this game. Great defense by the Vikings.
Yep. Yeah, they put on that pressure on that QB and had him running. From the start, he was already going for that running throw, and it was just enough. And that was just overthrown to that receiver. And now it is their ball. So,
and it's tough to see because I think Bronx Holbrook had his receiver.
Yeah.
I think he rushed it just a little bit because he saw the pressure coming to him. I think he had his receiver. Just, what can you do? It's 4th down. You don't want to lose any more yards than you already have.
Exactly.
So, Titan Haker takes the snap. And it is up. He has some time. And he throws very dangerous pass to Helam and Karcher. And the ball is out. That is the second Drop by Helaman Karshner. Luckily, he falls right back on it for the gain of a few yards. Looking like they'll give him 8.
Very scary.
Karshner's got to hold on to that ball. But also great defense by by the Spartan secondary. They're ripping at that ball. They're wanting that to come out. They are really ripping at the ball.
Number 4 on the Vikings looks like he was shaking his wrist or grabbing his arm or something. So
Helaman Karshner.
Yeah, he looked like he might have just gotten wrapped up a little aggressively, and that's why he lost that ball.
Helaman Karshner, number 4. And Helaman Karshner has been targeted many times. He has 4 receptions. 16 yards because they've been all our shorter catches, our throws, but either way, 4 receptions. He's definitely a guy that they want to target more.
Another throw.
Parker throws, and it is caught. He's hit as he throws. Great concentration by Harker to make sure that that ball gets out of there.
It looked like it was a loss of yards, but I guess it was not.
Are they calling it down at the line of scrimmage?
So yeah, no gain, no loss. So now it brings up a 3rd and 2 with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
For all of you college football fans, here's a quick recap of your scoreboard. It is tied 22-22. The Alabama Crimson Tide are tied up with the South Carolina Gamecocks. 22 with 2:16 left in the 4th. Missouri and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's up 17-10 with 2 minutes left. And BYU is up big on Iowa State, 41-27.
So it looks like they're going.
Parker's under center.
They go with the throw play. Oh no!
And the ball is out. And that was just it's a poorly designed. That was a poorly designed play.
Yeah.
Just not a great design. Harker was under center, but he was way under center. I don't know. it might just, I don't know. That's just tough. Harker is, when you are a quarterback, playing under center is always very hard. Yeah. Being back in that shotgun is a lot more comfortable for newer quarterbacks, and it's a lot more comfortable for Harker, if I were to guess. So being under center like that, it's very tough to make sure you maintain control of that ball and that you're able to get it to your running back or to whoever you have running that ball. It's just a very tough, more, I don't want to say elite, but just a more advanced quarterback set.
Yeah, definitely.
Motion is signaled. Holbrook takes the snap, and it's a quick pass over to Austin Smith. I
Caught
believe.
his leg, and he's brought down by the 49-yard line.
30.
No, is it the 30 or 49?
That is the 31.
I can't. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, 31. It's been a long day.
31-yard line.
It's been a long day for all of us.
Yes, it has. But we still have so much more football to play. Let's keep it going. Holbrook takes the snap, and he's got pressure, but he's able to find his receiver. Great concentration. That was fantastic defense by the Vikings, but even better offense by number 25 of the Spartans, and that is Dominic Vasquez for, I think it is his first reception of the night.
Oh, looks like number 2 on the Vikings is a little shaken up.
Peyton Carlson, he's been big for the Vikings today. He's number 2 senior out of Shelley, Idaho. He is one of their bigger running backs and a lead linebacker for this team.
Yeah, they would hate to lose him right now. I'm not quite sure what happened because it was a little bit after the play had finished that he went down. Mm-hmm. So I'm not 100% sure. But it does give them some time to talk.
For sure.
So there's going to be a 1st and goal. I think around the 4-yard line, 5-yard line.
Yeah, it's a 4-yard line right there.
4-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Man, you had the right idea. I didn't bring my water. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna convince my wife. Head over to Maverick. Maverick, shout out to you. Sponsor us.
Sponsor.
I'm gonna give me a solid 32-ounce Diet Mountain Dew after this game, and it's gonna be absolutely heavenly. Celebrate the great day of football that we've already had, and watch some more.
Yeah, for sure. He is definitely shaken up. He's still lying there.
Mm-hmm. Which is not a good sign if you're the Vikings. You've already been plagued by injuries. You're not wanting any more. And, again, we've said this several times. This is BYU Idaho Intramural Sports, dog. Like, this isn't your. We're not in the Big 12. We're not in the Mountain West. We're not in some crazy conference where this is, paying for your schooling. These guys are coming out here to have a good time.
Yeah, he is up. He is walking, which is great to see. He's probably going to just sit down for a minute, recuperate.
Catch a breath.
Yeah.
But the Spartans will have it at the 4-yard line on the left hash, looking for yet another score for the night. This Vikings defense has done a really great job at slowing down the Spartans offense. But the Spartans offense, we've seen it. They're just explosive. They're a good team. And that is a false start. Now that one was kind of interesting. Well, I don't understand what it was. It looked like it was the slot receiver.
83.
It looked like it was the slot receiver that was lined up just absolutely wonkered.
Wonkered. That's a new word.
Yeah. I'm trying something new.
That's the Paces playbook vocabulary.
There you go. And it is to none other than our good old friend number 20 on the Spartans.
So it's going to be a second down in about 5 yards. So
loss of 1.
What was a gain of 10? Because of it.
No, they were on the 4-yard line.
Oh,
they had the penalty.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. Gain of 5. And the Vikings stop them short again. So we've got a 3rd and short. It's looking like the Spartans will score on this drive, but again, they're at a 3rd and goal situation. The Spartans have one of the most elite offenses in this league, and they're being held by this Vikings defense within 5 yards of the end zone. And it is a keeper.
Oh, that
stiff arm led him into the end zone. Great effort by that Vikings defense. They were at the right spot. It's just Bronx Holbrook is one. Wow, words. I'm just gonna collect myself real quick. Bronx Holbrook is one of those guys that is just so hard to stop once he gets moving.
Yeah, he's just got those long. He's got some long arms, and he just reached out there and just said, "Nope, not today, buddy," and just ran right in and got that touchdown. So
for those of you that are wondering, or maybe thinking, why are the announcers glazing the Vikings? I'm not glazing. I don't want it to seem like I'm glazing the Vikings. I'm really wanting to point out how much improvement I've seen from this Vikings team. Now, the Spartans are such an elite team that I think it should be a higher scoring game.
yeah,
Luckily for the Vikings, it's not, because the Vikings are showing up defensively. They can't find a rhythm offensively, and that's fine. But defensively, they have really shown up, and I really want to highlight that because I think that's very important. Everybody knows that, a lot of people came into this game thinking, it's going to be the Spartans. That's a given. But this Vikings team is playing with a lot of heart, especially on defense. Unfortunately, can't get anything going on the offensive side. But also, just huge kudos to this Spartans team who, despite playing against a really great Vikings defense, they're able to put up 24 yards.
yeah, definitely. So number 85 for the Spartans is gonna kick it off.
Ball's up. And that has a lot of power on it. For a touchback, that will put us at the 20-yard line. Vikings will take over. It is 24-0. Spartans are up on the Vikings with 2:21 left to go in this third quarter. We still got a lot of football left to play. I'm excited to see what the Spartans do with the rest of this game.
Yeah, they gotta show up here and do something. Still scoreless.
They have not found the end zone all season, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, only points they scored was in the very first game, and almost the very first play. It was a touchback, or
very first points of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What can you do?
Let's see if this Vikings offense can drum up some confidence here. Harker to take the snap for the Vikings. Quick screen pass.
Oh,
great coverage by the Spartans, but just better blocking by the Vikings offense. That hit was huge. Big hit by number 77, Bronx Holbrook, quarterback, mastermind. He can do it all.
Yeah, I was surprised on how open he was. He had a lot of room to run right there, and for a second I thought he was about to get that first down, but no, he's brought down just 1 yard short from that 30-yard line and that first down line. So we're going to see a
second and short.
Second and short. We've got about a minute and a half for this third quarter of play.
Parker to take the snap. And it's up, and he's looking to throw. He's got a guy, throws right into coverage. Almost. I think it was a very well-placed ball, just better defense. Yeah, you had two guys on him.
And he got a hand on the ball, so the placing was good. Mm-hmm. Just enough pressure to make him drop that ball. And
yeah.
I know he would have wanted that, but you see, it's not phased him. He's walking back to the sideline and he's waving to the crowd. So that shows you the mentality of this team.
They're having a great time. This is a big play for the Vikings, hoping that they can find some sort of offensive momentum, at least just get a little further down the field. They have given the Spartans insanely great field position all game long.
Yeah, they just need 1 yard. Get that first down. So
they're lined up in the three receiver formation at the bottom of your screen. Oh, and that will be a penalty on the Vikings. That is number 44. So it's false start, bring him back 5 yards. Changes a little bit of this. Changes things up a little bit. So instead of a 3rd and 1, you're at a 3rd and 6.
I'm just surprised that they were going for that throwing play right there. Mm-hmm. You know, they could have easily just run right through and gotten that first down, but they chose not to. And now it is 3 and 6.
Mm-hmm. I think again, this is a game of experimentation. You know, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. Not only for the Spartans, which I think has been working great in their favor, but also for the Vikings. Trying some stuff out, seeing what works. So I guess it's running through your plays, making sure that you're trying some new things, so that you're surprising the next team that you play. Oh, and it's in the air, and it is dropped by number 14 on the Vikings. Great throw. Near great catch by Theodore Robinson, but guess who was there to defend? That is number 77 for the Spartans. That is Bronx Holbrook.
So it looks like they are going to kick it this time. So good for them to not allow this really good positioning for the Spartans. They would have loved to do something more, but they could not capitalize. So they're going to kick it. Number 90-something. It's a little hard to see.
We only have one camera.
One camera.
We have one camera, and that's the one you're seeing. So.
Yeah. If any binocular brands wants to sponsor us, please send us free binoculars.
Oh, and that was a great punt.
Good positioning right there.
Mm-hmm. Good punt. I think that will be the Spartans' worst positioning of the game so far. So great, good punt. Just really unfortunate. You would hope to see the Vikings capitalize and put some points on the board. They just can't seem to get past this Spartans defense.
Yeah, they could. I want to see. They have a good kicker, so I think they need to get I want to see them get close enough to where they could at least try to kick.
Yeah.
At least get something. Get some points. I don't think we expect them to win, but I want to see them score their first points of the regular season.
For sure.
Especially since this is the last game of the regular season, not the playoffs.
I think if I'm the Vikings right now, my goal is to hold the Spartans offense to 24 points for the rest of the game. Yeah. Right? Of course, there's still 11 minutes of ball left to play, but it's very possible. And there is Nathan Simpson, who might not let that happen with a huge gain for the Spartans right there. Nathan Simpson having himself a heyday on the ground and then in the air as well.
Almost a 20-yard gain. Like that was a really good pass, and he had enough space to just keep going. And we've been seeing. We noticed a lot with both games today. They're really working on those short passes. Mm-hmm. They are loving these short passes, and honestly, I'm here for it because it's been working pretty well for most teams, and it's been leading to a lot of great plays. They're really trusting their receivers to run the ball.
Mm-hmm. Holbrook, lining up, looking to run. And that is their fullback, number 45, for the Spartans with an absolute monstrous run. That's Tristan Maugham. He's their defensive end, and he is their fullback. That is a big guy just running at you.
Yeah, that out of the way, he is coming through, and that is going to lead to the end of the third quarter.
Here we go. One more quarter of football left. Let's see if this Vikings team can hold the Spartans team to 24 points, or I'm down to see the Spartans score a few more. Why not? I'm ready to see a little offensive showcase from the Spartans.
Yeah, I just want to see the Vikings put in the effort, and that's all. I mean, that's all we've been asking.
Yeah.
And like I said, my goal for them for the third quarter was to only allow one touchdown, and that's what they did.
And you did, yeah.
So good for them. They had several opportunities where they could have scored multiple touchdowns, but defense was there to stop them, which is good.
For sure. So we head into this fourth quarter, and I think a lot of what we've been, I don't want to say it hasn't been a super exciting game, but it hasn't been a super exciting game. So there's not too much to really highlight except for the Spartans' number 20, Nathan Simpson, is having himself a game. Over 100 yards rushing on the night. Couple of receptions for a few yards, especially that big one, like that big 18, I believe it was, yard reception. Just a great game for Nathan Simpson, who is showing that, he can do a lot. He can do it all.
For sure.
This fourth quarter is getting started. Let's see what the Spartans can do. See if they can capitalize, and see if they can bring in one more touchdown on this drive.
Short pass again.
Quick short pass, and he's got the wheels. That is Austin Smith, who just reaches over to get that first down and some.
Great running play. We know he can do it.
Yeah.
The short passes again. Those, I can't think of the term for it. They just throw it to the side a little bit.
Yeah, it depends on, I guess, what kind of blocking you got, but it's a screen pass.
Yeah. It's been working well for them, and I don't see them changing anytime soon. Oh, and they're going to change it.
And he's looking in the end zone, but he is out of bounds. He's not. They're calling that in.
What a pass.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
it was close.
Great concentration by Austin Smith again to make it first and goal. Oh, no. It will be first and 10 on the 11-yard line. We've seen this a few different times now. First and 10 on the 11-yard line.
Yeah. It's hard to tell from here, but, I mean, I guess he did keep his feet in, so that's just great positioning, great job by the QB getting that in the right spot for him.
Bronx Holbrook looking to find his receivers in the end zone. And that is Nathan Simpson with the run. Oh, misses a couple of tackles, and he is still on his feet until he is wrestled down by a swarm of Vikings. He needed 3 or 4 guys to make sure that he was taken down there.
Yeah, you saw that Viking absolutely try to truck him. His head was down. He was charging, and he saw him coming, and he just did a full-on spin and just lost him. So that's the that's the benefit. You got to keep your eyes up when you're running the ball.
Great run by Nathan Simpson.
Absolutely great run. He on fire. On fire.
All right, that sets up a 2nd and long. We got a 3-receiver set, and he's looking to throw.
Running throw. Oh!
And it is caught. That is a touchdown for the Spartans. Bronx Holbrook finds number 25. Number 25 in the end zone. That is Dominic Vasquez for the touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah, just a great pass. The QB has really been on his game these past few plays.
Great throw, great concentration.
Yeah.
It was just one of those really great concentration throws. He knew what he was doing, stayed calm in the pocket, was able to punch it in for another touchdown.
They're going to go for the 3?
That is the 3, and it looks good. And that is number 25, Dominic Vasquez, who just scored that touchdown. He is 3 for 3 on extra point attempts today, putting the Spartans up 33-0.
Yeah, all around great team effort from the Spartans. The first touchdown of the quarter. We hope the Vikings can prevent another one here, but it will be the Vikings' ball. Let's see if they can do something with it.
It'd be fun to see the Vikings catch a little bit of offensive fire.
Yeah.
Right? Like we said, this hasn't been the most interesting game of football that we've seen. But it's shown a lot of heart from the Vikings. The Spartans have shown incredible versatility. But it's just one of those games where, you know what, one team's getting really beaten down on.
Yeah.
And you're wanting to root for the underdog in the tiniest little bit of competitiveness.
For sure.
So here we go. Number 85 for the Spartans is looking to kick for his 3rd time tonight. 3rd or 4th time tonight. And the kick is up. This one is returnable for the Vikings, and they choose to do so. And he is immediately wrapped up at about the 3-yard line.
Wow, that's
would have been better just to let it roll out.
it would have easily gone out, but yeah.
And we've got an injured Viking. Probably just a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah. Rough. It's unfortunate.
So the ball will be placed at the 6-yard line for the Vikings. Very tough field position, especially if you're wanting to get some things running. We take a bit of a timeout here as we get some things set up. We have 8 minutes and 16 seconds left in this 4th quarter. Titan Haken. And it is batted down by the Spartans defense. That is number 44 of the Spartans. Oh, man. I don't know if I can say this guy's name. Mess it up. Lautaimi Nasalai. Let's just say that. Some Polynesian name. I love it. Love the defense. Love the hustle. Great job. Great job on that defensive line. To be reading the quarterback's eyes and making sure that he doesn't get anything there. So Titan Harker, excuse me.
Yeah, apologies. Our microphones are running low on battery, so we're plugging one in. So I'm going to be a little quiet. We're going to continue to swap microphones, and hopefully they last the rest of the game. We've only got 8 minutes left, so.
8 minutes of absolute madness. Let's see if the Vikings can drum up something good here. The ball is in the air. It is intended for Helaman Karchner. It is just too low, and Helaman Karchner is down. Looks like he's grabbing that wrist that seemed to have been bothering him before.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, there hasn't been that many injuries this game, which is good to see. But yeah, it looks like his wrist is just bothering him, which you don't want to see it from anyone. So
looks like he's all right. Got off the field, walking off, but he's definitely holding that left arm.
all right, so our microphones are currently dead, so I have turned on my computer mic. Apologies in advance. It's going to sound a little rough. Well,
and the extra point is good. He is 4 for 4. Dominic Vasquez, he's 4 for 4 on extra points. That puts the Spartans up 42-0. Just an unfortunate turn of events in this fourth quarter for the Vikings here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure when it cut off, but as I was saying, that was just a crazy play by the defense coming up behind that QB and grabbing the ball while he was throwing it and dislodging it and allowing it to be free, and then there was a defender right there to steal it for that easy touchdown. So, very unfortunate, but it is now 0 to... Oh, I did not count the points. 0 to 42. The Spartans are in the lead.
We'll get some better audio coming at you here in a little bit as these microphones charge up for just a second. And the kick is up. Oh, good. And the Vikings are returning. Great return by the Vikings there, and of course that'll bring some morale to any team right there. Just a good pickup. That was by number 98 for the Vikings.
Yeah, that was a really great return, and I think he benefited from that lucky bounce from the ball landing, and it bounced forward the way he wanted to run, so it allowed him to get that speed and just keep going, which was really nice. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be at around the 29-yard line for their first down.
Clock still runs. We have about 7 minutes left in this game. Spartans are up 42-0 on a nearly distraught Vikings team.
Yeah, I mean they're the team that always has the energy, but obviously when you're losing by 42 points, you're going to be a little, not the happiest bunch.
Mm-hmm. Especially when a lot of that comes in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
There's a very unfortunate turn of events for the Vikings here.
Yeah, I mean they were able to hold it to just one touchdown that third, but
and a missed pitch ends up really bad for the Vikings there, but great defense. Oh man, we have a flag on the play. Looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh wow. Number 21 of the Spartans seems to be very upset. He is on fire. Number 21 for the Spartans. That's no good right there.
Yeah,
21 Gilbert Jackson.
We don't want to see that from, especially here at BYU Idaho. I mean, we are family, and we want the best for each other. And obviously, when you're in a game like this, the emotions are high, energy. Everything's pumping. You're hyped, and I'm not quite sure why he would be mad because they are the ones in the lead. But whatever, what can you do?
Lots of very interesting gestures.
Yeah, very interesting gestures.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Personal foul, offense, number 84. Will finally offset. 3 seconds down.
So we got a double penalty here. 84 of the Vikings seems to have gotten into the scruffle with number 21 of the Vikings. So both of those penalties will offset like they didn't even happen.
I think one of the refs had their mic on and he was starting to have a conversation with someone. But he realized that pretty quick.
All right, we approach 4.5 minutes left in this game. Second down and 14 for the Vikings, who are looking to drum up some kind of offense, get down the field, even just a little.
Yeah. I want to see them get to a point to where they can kick it, because we know their kicker can... he's got a good leg on him, so hopefully they can do that, but we'll see.
Snap is up.
Long
and the ball
pass.
is up, and it's just out of reach. The ball intended for number 25 of the Vikings, Joel Montoya, or Joel. I don't know, whichever one else. Joel. They got to give me pronunciation guides on this thing.
I just realized they're at the point to where... because we are in the fourth quarter, the clock is going to continue to run, no matter what.
Yes, if a team is up by 40 in that fourth quarter, no matter what, incomplete pass, run, anything, clock's going to continue to run. Titan Hicken with the high snap, which he's able to fall on, but that is a loss of downs. That is a fourth down right there for the Vikings, who still cannot seem to find any bit of offensive momentum.
Yeah, unfortunate. It's just kind of been the story all game, unfortunately. Not much you can do about that, but... what's that sound? It's like high-pitched noise. You want to take out the left one? Do the left one. Not that bad. That'll work. So they're going to kick it.
Punt is up. It's a great punt.
Yeah, that's a really great kick. All right, we have a mic back on. Hopefully it'll last us another 2 minutes. That is all we need here. Yeah, sorry, we apologize for all the technical issues. We are trying to do our best here. We have fun.
2 minutes left on the game. On the game clock, Spartans have the ball, and it's looking like they might just run it out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get an interception and end up having to be down another touchdown. Not that it matters at this point, but, yeah.
And the Spartans take a knee. They're in victory formation, the best formation you can be in football.
Unfortunately, they've been in victory position most of the game.
Yes.
Unfortunately. But much love to all the teams here today. Vikings did great on defensive side. They really had a great third quarter, I must say. I mean, they held them to one touchdown. I think just their fourth quarter, they just kind of, I don't want to say they gave up, but they just kind of, yeah. So they're just gonna keep kneeling it and letting the time run out.
Overall, it's BYU Idaho, right? We want to have fun. That is the point of these games, is just to have a great time. And I think both of these teams did. The Vikings are, they're a fun team to watch. Great defensive team. Unfortunately, their offense was really the poison of this game. But that'll do it, as the Spartans take the 42-0 win over the Vikings to advance to 2-1. So we got the Vikings at 0-3 on the season. Spartans are at 2-1. We have a playoff week starting next week. You will not want to miss that. This has been BYU Idaho Radio Productions, I should say, with BYU Sports, bringing you BYU Idaho tackle football intramurals. This is the Spartans and the Vikings coming home with a win.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and we will be back next week. Jack will be joining us next week, so stay tuned for that next week.
Thanks for joining us today. Have a great rest